I'm saying what a crazy game, because that was genuinely the most entertaining football match I've watched for a long, long time. That was a superb watch from start to finish. And I have to commend both teams for that. I have to commend Tottenham, because despite going down to 9 men for over half an hour of the match still to play, they still put in a right shift into this football match. And to be fair, if it goes another way, they could have still found a way to get a point from this game. I mean, Dyer scores and he gets ruled off. Son's got a chance that he could potentially score at 2-1. But in the end, Chelsea emphatically win 4-1. They take advantage of the Tottenham 9 men, plus Tottenham, for some reason, playing a kamikaze high line where they will basically have their line at the halfway line. It's like no one told the players that if you're in your own half, you're still onside. It was crazy how high their line was. They were playing suicidal football at times, it seemed, Tottenham. I couldn't believe it. I'm scratching my eyes thinking, are these not being serious? Their line is at the halfway line. Chelsea are automatically onside if they're on their own half. But, I mean, look, it's just one of those games. This is why I like watching Tottenham play. Despite being an Arsenal fan, I love watching Tottenham matches because they've got entertainment now. With Ange Postecoglou, it's always free-flowing, attacking football, and you don't know what you're going to get. And today, look, I do want to say one thing, right? Chelsea, I think they've won the game, and congratulations to them for winning it. But this was very, very nearly a bad game for Chelsea, man. Bad game. Because, guys, look, it got to a point where Tottenham were down to 10 men after about half an hour. They were down to 9 men after about 55 minutes. So there's a good 35 to 30 minutes left, right, of this fixture, plus 40 if you include the added time. And Chelsea didn't look like breaking them down. Like, genuinely, Chelsea looked like they were panicking. It got to about the 72nd, 73rd minute. I'm sitting there thinking, could Chelsea actually not score here? You're sitting there thinking, with 35, 40 minutes, surely they're going to score, surely. But they just didn't look like quite breaking them down. But lo and behold, once they got a goal to make it 2-1, the game was basically over. I mean, I don't know why Chelsea retreated after that. I mean, I don't know if anyone else thinks the same thing, but after scoring to make it 2-1, Chelsea retreated into their shell. I couldn't believe it. You make it 2-1 and you start sitting back. Tottenham start having chances from set pieces. I mean, when you're playing against 9 men, think about it. Where is their best opportunity going to come from? It's going to come from a dead ball. It's going to come from a set piece situation. So why Chelsea were giving away set pieces at 2-1 up and at 1-1 with playing against 9 men was beyond me. I don't get it. It's just stupidity at times. Either way, Tottenham didn't manage to capitalise, and Son had a beautiful chance at the end of the game where, let's be honest, if it was on his right peg, he probably could have struck it home. But either way, Chelsea then go down the other end. Nico Jackson scores his hat-trick. I'll be real with you guys, yeah? Big up Jackson for scoring a hat-trick. But let's be completely honest, man. I would have scored that hat-trick. Let's be real. Everyone watching the stream would have scored the hat-trick he scored. He scored 3 tap-ins, bro. And he missed about 2 chances as well. Nicholas Jackson scored 3 tap-ins and missed 2 blatant one-on-ones. The one at the end when Mudryk squared it to him, he's blazed it over the bar. So big up Jackson for scoring a hat-trick. But, bro, that's the most Fugazi hat-trick ever. He stat-padded today, man. Big up him. That was a fat stat pad. Him and Eddie Nketiah going bar for bar. Stat padding against 9-men Tottenham and Sheffield United. Crazy. But yeah, guys, crazy game, man. Genuinely, my favourite game of the season so far, without an absolute doubt. I loved it from start to finish. Such an enjoyable watch. I said it. Obviously, at the start, I did want Tottenham to lose, being an Arsenal fan. But one thing I will say is, right, as an Arsenal fan, I'm going to say some good words towards Tottenham Hotspur. Fair play. Because Tottenham Hotspur at 10 men could have folded. At 9 men, probably should have folded. Let's be real about it. But they stuck in there and they dug in. I think it helped that they played Chelsea. Chelsea don't seem to ever have confidence. I don't get it. Like, they went on the run where they beat Fulham and beat Burnley. And you're thinking, oh, they've turned the corner here. They got play against Arsenal, played really, really well. Got a 2-2 draw, played really well against Arsenal. Then they lose 2-0 to Brentford and look void of confidence again. They come to Tottenham today. First 10 minutes, they get ripped apart. Spurs were well on top of them. Then they find a bit of a footing into the game. They score to make it 1-1. Romero gets sent off. Let's talk about the sending off, by the way. Romero, what is he thinking? What is that brother thinking, man? Just before he swung out at Levi Colwill. And look, I don't think it's a red card because it wasn't dangerous, but it's a bit reckless just swinging out with the ball's nowhere there. I mean, Romero's like Granit Xhaka on steroids when it comes to his head loss. These players, they go bar for bar, man. What's it with these South Americans? Bruno Guimaraes on Saturday as well. South Americans have got no composure in their vocabulary. No personality trait of a South American includes composure. They all lose their heads. Him as well. And then what's he doing? He clears the ball. Then he goes and just leaves his studs on Enzo Fernandez. It's a red card and a penalty. I don't think you can debate it. It's Argentina on Argentina crime. Like, what is he thinking right there, man? That just be a little bit more composed in that situation if you're Christian Romero. You don't have to dive in there. I don't get it. Like, your team's 1-0 up. You're playing well. Chelsea coming on to you, but you're withstanding the pressure. You're at home in front of your home crowd. Why are you diving in, bro? It's just petulant. His head gone. His head's rattled. Destiny Udogie similarly. Now, I'll be real with you guys right now. I agree with Gary Neville on this one. I think Destiny Udogie should have got sent off for that first one. Because although he didn't break Sterling's leg, because Sterling actually jumped out of the way, if Sterling just stood there and firmed it, he A, could have got his leg snapped in half, and B, would have got Destiny Udogie sent off for an absolute fact. But I agree with Gary Neville. Someone should not have to have their leg snapped in half for it to be a red card. That was reckless from Udogie. Yes, he got the ball, but that was two studs off the ground showing, and it could have planted on Sterling, and Sterling quite literally could have snapped his leg in half. Quite literally, man. So I think Udogie should have gone for the first one. Lo and behold, he went for the second one. But the funniest thing is this, man. Chelsea, where Udogie got his second yellow card from was a fast break. Chelsea had 3-on-2. Sterling charging from, thinking, okay, they have to score. It's 3-on-2. And Sterling plays a criminal pass. He chases his own pass, and Udogie takes him out. So what turned out to be a hospital pass from Sterling turned out to be Udogie making a horrible challenge and sending Tottenham down to 9 men with 35 minutes to go. Do you get what I mean? It's crazy, crazy scenes. But after that, let's be real, guys, yeah? You can survive with 10 men. You can. Liverpool have proven that enough times this season. You can survive with 10 men. But playing with 9 men, very, very difficult to survive. Very difficult. Let's be real, guys. Because it's just a whole different scenario. With 10 men, you can account for one less player. Because make no mistake about it, guys, it's actually something that not a lot of people account for as well. Not only is it difficult to play with 10 men against 11 men, it's actually quite difficult to play against 10 men as well, especially a team like Tottenham, because when you play against 10 men, that team is now set up to defend, and it galvanizes the team a little bit. Everyone just digs in a bit more. Everyone gives their 10% more. They all just basically just trench in and just say, come on then, come attack us. Siege mentality. But once you go down to 9 men, it's kind of impossible. It's mission impossible, Tom Cruise settings for Tottenham Hotspur, because you're chasing shadows then. They've got 2 extra players. Every time you think you're making a challenge, there's another player that can back you up. At 9 men, it literally was mission impossible for 35 minutes. But that's why I'll give Tottenham an awful lot of credit, because they actually dug in there a lot. Because Tottenham could have folded. Now, you see the scoreline was 4-1, but 4-1's fake stats. Let's be real about it. The game was 2-1. Chelsea just scored 2 more at the end of the game because Tottenham, for some reason, played the highest line of known to man. They were defending at the halfway line. It's like no one told the Tottenham players that you're onside in your own half. I couldn't believe it. Another thing I couldn't believe is, first of all, unlucky to Tottenham for Maddison and Mickey van der Ven coming off injured. Not unlucky for Romero, because that brother's just head loss. So Romero and van der Ven came off injured, and Chicken Royale, Emerson Royale, was playing at centre-back. I couldn't believe it, bro. Their centre-back partnership was Eric Dyer and Emerson Royale. I'm thinking, oh my days, man. It's back to the old Tottenham. It's exactly what I was saying Tottenham need to avoid. Because I've been bigging up Tottenham this season. I still big up Tottenham. I think they've done absolutely fantastic this season. Absolutely fantastic. Because what Ange Postecoglou has initiated self-belief and confidence in this squad. And they've gone aura. And I draw parallels between this Tottenham team and the Arsenal team from last year. Very similar. But the similarities is in the team. The starting 11 is very good. Tottenham's starting 11 is very solid. But I do worry about Tottenham once they get injuries. Now Van der Ven's going to be out with a hamstring injury. Maddison potentially could be out. Romero's out for 3 games. Udogie's out for a game now. The wheels could start to fall off the bus, if you ask me, because Tottenham with injuries, it's a completely different team. Completely different team, man. Let's be real about it.